All right, we want to go now back to Julie Sirkin on the Hill, who is with Byron Donalds, a Florida Republican.
Congressman Donalds, thank you for your time here. How are you going to message this back home, especially some of the sticky pieces of this, like those Medicaid cuts?
A couple of things. Number one, small business taxes are not going to go up on the American people. Working families, middle-class families are getting some serious tax relief to help them with the issues like affordability, keeping more money in their pocket. We are finally delivering on the mandate that the American people gave us last November, securing the southern border once and for all, building out the wall, giving the president and his team the resources they need for deportations. We're providing money for defense. We are actually going to open up our country when it comes to energy exploration, stuff we drastically need. Talk to any business owner, they will tell you we need more baseload power on the grid. This bill takes us in that direction. The list goes on. And then strengthening work requirements in Medicaid and in SNAP is a good thing. These are basically Clinton-era work requirements. That is a positive thing. And if it helps people be able to move into the workforce to make their lives better, while at the same time also reducing the amount of money that we're spending in Washington, D.C., all the better.
I know your state didn't vote to expand Medicaid, but 41 states did. So what do you make of the concerns from your vulnerable Republican colleagues, including Brian Fitzpatrick, who voted against this bill because of the cuts to Medicaid?
Well, look, I will tell you this, that at the end of the day, let's be realistic. When Barack Obama and that administration expanded Medicaid for able-bodied adults, that was the wrong recipe. What we are doing in Medicaid right now is we are saying to poor families, poor kids, elderly, pregnant women, that they are not as important as able-bodied adults with no children who have an ability to be in the workforce. So I will tell you that what we are doing is, in my view, beginning that process of making sure we are focused on people who are in need and who are vulnerable. And if you're able-bodied, then we want to make sure that you're incentivized to get into the workforce, pay for those benefits for yourself. Everybody has things that they want, but we have to begin to prioritize as a nation. This bill begins that process.
So, Congressman, understood. I was in Missouri. I spoke to actually a patient who voted for President Trump, a Republican voter who was not qualified for Medicaid until Missouri voted to expand it because of how low the wages there are for teachers, for nurses, for police officers. What do you say to those people? Are you worried that you cost them their vote?
No, actually, I'm not worried, because what we're also doing in this bill on the other side is we are expanding our economy. We are going to get far more investment into the United States. So whether it's Florida, Missouri, Utah, Texas, wherever you're talking about, California, people will be able to have a stronger economy, a more durable economy. So wages actually will go up. Remember what happened in Trump's first administration. Wages actually rose for working families. They were making $6,000 more adjusted for inflation. That is real value in the lives of people. So our philosophy is growing the economy, getting more people into the workforce. That actually helps to take down the burdens on the federal government. And the long run issue we have is we cannot borrow money at this velocity. We can't keep this going forever. We are going to have to slow down our borrowings. That is an empirical fact. If we don't do that, the bond rates for the U.S. government will go up, and that will mean everybody's borrowing rates. Families looking for a house, looking for a car, credit cards, small businesses looking for access to capital, their borrowing rates are going to go up if ours continue to go up.
Well, this bill, as you know, didn't cut enough from the deficit as you wanted and adds a few $1 trillion to the deficit. But I want to ask you real quickly here, do you think Republicans will keep the House in 2026 after this vote?
I do. A couple of things. Number one, in my view, and it differs from some of my colleagues, tax policy does not add to the deficit. Tax policy is about raising revenue. And so what we believe is going to happen is that we're going to raise more revenue from this bill. That's going to expand our economy, and that means we're going to be able to not just keep the House, but also keep the Senate and continue to do constructive things for the American people.
Thank you, Congressman. We're going to listen in to the press conference. Appreciate your time.